You answer a question with complete confidence and turn out to be wrong. That certainty you felt wasn't based on knowledge. It was based on how good guessing felt in the moment. It happens constantly, and you don't catch it. Someone asks when something happened. You say a specific date with zero hesitation. You're off by 3 years. Someone asks how long something will take. You give them an exact number. You're wrong by double. The confidence doesn't match the accuracy. But in the moment, your answer feels absolutely right. Your brain generates certainty out of thin air, and you mistake that feeling for actual knowledge. You've been trusting your confidence as proof that you're correct. But confidence and correctness are completely separate systems, and the gap between them is costing you credibility, decisions, and trust every single day. This is called over-precision bias, also known as the illusion of certainty. Studies show that when people say they're 90% sure about something, they're actually right only about 70% of the time. Your brain doesn't just estimate, it overestimates how precise your knowledge is. When you know something vaguely, your brain fills in the gaps with false precision. You remember a fact roughly, but you state it exactly. You have a general sense of timing, but you give a specific deadline. This evolved because decisive action used to matter more than perfect accuracy. A leader who hesitated got overtaken. A hunter who second-guessed missed the shot. So your brain learned to convert uncertainty into confidence, because confidence drives action. The problem is, you're not hunting anymore. You're making predictions, giving advice, and setting expectations. Your brain is still treating vague knowledge as precise information. It thinks it's helping you act decisively. It's actually making you confidently wrong. Look at what this does at work. Your boss asks how long a project will take. You don't actually know. There are too many variables. But your brain hates saying, "I don't know." So it generates a number. 3 weeks. You say it with conviction. Your boss plans around it. You miss the deadline by a month. You weren't lying. You genuinely believed 3 weeks when you said it. Your brain created false precision, and you delivered it as fact. Or someone asks you for a statistic in a meeting. You remember reading something about it? The actual number was a range, but your brain doesn't want to sound uncertain, so it picks the middle of the range and presents it as the exact figure. Everyone writes it down. You sounded so sure. Later someone checks, and you're off by 40%. Your confidence sold a mistake as truth. And here's what nobody tells you about this. The more you care about appearing knowledgeable, the more your brain generates false precision. You're in a conversation where you want to seem informed. Someone mentions a date. You're not sure, but you're close. Your brain rounds your vague memory into a specific answer. You state it like fact. You're wrong, but you sounded right. So everyone believes you. Now the false information spreads. Not because you lied, because your brain prioritized sounding certain over being accurate. You give precise answers when you only have vague knowledge. This makes people trust your judgment, which gives you more opportunities to make predictions, which means you make more over-precise claims, which leads to more times you're confidently wrong, which should make people trust you less. But they don't notice the pattern because you're so certain each time. You're not just making individual mistakes. You're building a reputation as someone who's confidently incorrect and doesn't realize it. This happened to me 3 times, just this morning. Most people think this is about arrogance, so they try to sound more humble. They add qualifiers. They say probably or maybe, but that's like putting a dimmer switch on a broken light bulb. The real issue isn't how you phrase your answer. It's that your brain is generating precision that doesn't exist in your actual knowledge. You're not choosing to be overconfident. Your brain is creating false certainty automatically, and you're reporting what it tells you. This bias survives because nobody tracks your predictions. You say something will take 2 hours. It takes 4. But by the time 4 hours pass, everyone forgot you said 2. The certainty you projected in the moment matters more than the accuracy you failed to deliver later. Plus, admitting you don't know exact details feels like admitting you're not competent. That threatens your credibility, and if you started expressing uncertainty appropriately, you'd have to say, "I don't know," way more often than feels comfortable. Your brain would rather generate false precision than make you look uninformed. But here's where it gets interesting. People who break this pattern don't know more than you. They calibrate their confidence to their actual knowledge. You feel 90% sure and say you're 90% sure. They feel 90% sure and check if they're actually 90% sure. They've learned that the feeling of certainty is not evidence of accuracy. You trust your internal confidence meter. They know their confidence meter runs hot. The difference isn't better information. It's knowing that your gut sense of how right you are is systematically overinflated. You treat confidence as signal. They treat it as noise that needs correction. You're answering with the precision your brain generates. They're answering with the precision their knowledge actually supports. So, the next time someone asks you when something happened or how long something will take, and you feel that surge of certainty, you'll know what's really happening. Your brain is converting vague knowledge into false precision. It's generating confidence that has nothing to do with accuracy. The specific answer you're about to give might be totally wrong. Not because you're stupid, because your brain is designed to feel certain even when it shouldn't be. Now you can catch it. You can feel the urge to give an exact answer and ask yourself, do I actually know this precisely or does it just feel like I do? You're not trying to be less confident. You're just matching your confidence to your actual knowledge instead of your brain's inflated sense of it. You started this video trusting your certainty as proof you were right. Now you know certainty is just a feeling your brain generates independent of accuracy. That's not a small shift. That's understanding why you're wrong most often when you're most sure. Subscribe if you want more insights like this that actually make sense.